Intimacy, both physical and emotional, is an essential aspect of human connection. However, navigating the subtle signals of desire, particularly in a modern context, can be complex and challenging. Many of these signals can be nuanced, and understanding them requires patience, emotional intelligence, and self-control, traits central to Stoicism. In Stoic philosophy, emotional responses and desires are not to be disregarded, but rather understood and managed. A Stoic seeks wisdom in the midst of desire, seeing it as an opportunity for personal growth and self-mastery. With this in mind, let's examine how one might perceive signs of intimacy in a way that aligns with Stoic principles, acknowledging them without allowing them to disrupt one's rational decision-making or emotional equilibrium. 1. Increased physical proximity. A woman who moves closer to you, especially in situations where she could have chosen to maintain distance, might be signaling a desire for more intimate connection. Stoicism teaches that one should be aware of physical signals but not necessarily be swayed by them. The key here is to maintain clarity of thought and not act impulsively. 2. Touching or light physical contact. A common sign of interest in intimacy is casual physical touch. If she touches your arm, shoulder, or leg, or finds excuses to brush against you, it may indicate she is comfortable and open to a closer connection. From a Stoic standpoint, touch should be acknowledged, but one must consider its meaning in context and remain aware of one's emotional responses. 3. Intense eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful communication tool, often linked to deep emotional and physical interest. When a woman holds your gaze for longer periods than usual, it may suggest a desire to connect on a more intimate level. Stoicism teaches the value of being aware of one's emotions, and here, it's important to remain calm and not jump to conclusions based solely on physical cues. 4. Flirting or playful behavior. Flirting is often a sign of romantic or sexual interest. If a woman engages in light teasing or playful banter, this may be a sign that she is testing boundaries and showing interest in intimacy. A Stoic would observe these behaviors with equanimity, recognizing them for what they are without overinterpretation or rash reactions. 5. Subtle compliments. Compliments that focus on your appearance, demeanor, or personality can indicate a woman's attraction to you. While these should be taken at face value, a Stoic would remind themselves not to become overly attached to external validation, instead focusing on maintaining inner tranquility. 6. Engaging in deep personal conversations. When a woman opens up about her feelings, desires, or past experiences, it can signify a willingness to connect on a more intimate level. Stoicism encourages one to listen and engage thoughtfully, allowing for connection without being driven by emotion or impulse. 7. Frequent communication. If a woman is constantly texting or calling you, it may be a sign that she values your attention and desires closer interaction. A Stoic individual would assess the nature of this communication, ensuring it aligns with personal values and does not lead to an excessive focus on fleeting desires. 8. Physical cues. Lingering on your touch. When a woman holds onto your hand or lingers in your embrace longer than expected, it can suggest an openness to physical intimacy. Stoicism advocates for observing without attachment, allowing the moment to unfold naturally without pressure or expectation. 9. Mirroring your actions. Mirroring is a subconscious way of indicating rapport and interest. If she mimics your posture, gestures, or speech patterns, it could be a sign of emotional alignment and attraction. A Stoic would recognize this as a potential sign of intimacy, but would avoid getting lost in the gesture and remain self-aware. 10. Seeking time alone with you. A woman who seeks out private moments or time away from others may want to deepen her connection with you. In these situations, the Stoic principle of moderation comes into play, ensuring that any decision to engage in intimacy is made with clear thought and without external pressure. 11. Subtle hints about your chemistry. Some women may drop hints about the physical chemistry between you two, whether through casual comments or questions. Stoicism encourages self-reflection in moments like these, as one must evaluate whether these desires align with one's own sense of virtue and purpose. 12. Complaining about feeling lonely. When a woman expresses feelings of loneliness or emotional emptiness, it may be an indication that she is seeking emotional and physical intimacy to fill that gap. A Stoic would approach this with empathy, but also caution, ensuring that their response is rooted in wisdom and not driven by fleeting desire. 13. Touching her hair or lips. Subtle movements such as playing with her hair or touching her lips can be a sign of flirtation or an unconscious attempt to attract your attention. A Stoic individual would acknowledge these cues with clarity, yet not be overly influenced by them, maintaining control over their emotional responses. 14. Shared vulnerability. Opening up about personal struggles, fears, or vulnerabilities often indicates a desire for deeper intimacy. In these moments, Stoicism teaches the value of being supportive while maintaining one's own emotional balance, offering strength without succumbing to the intensity of the situation. 15. Willingness to experiment. If a woman suggests trying new things or exploring new experiences together, it could signal a desire for a deeper, more intimate connection. Stoics recognize that personal growth often occurs when stepping out of one's comfort zone, but they also emphasize the importance of acting in accordance with virtue and reason. 16. Complementing your character or integrity. A woman who admires your character, principles, or integrity may be expressing a desire for a meaningful connection. A Stoic would appreciate these compliments, but would also remind themselves that their worth is not derived from external praise but from inner virtue and rational conduct. 17. Physical proximity in vulnerable situations. A woman who stays close to you during moments of vulnerability or emotional distress might be seeking comfort and intimacy. In these situations, a Stoic would remain calm and present, offering support and guidance while not becoming emotionally overwhelmed. 18. Subtle signs of jealousy. Occasionally, a woman might display subtle signs of jealousy when other women are around you. This could indicate deeper emotional investment and interest in intimacy. Stoicism encourages an objective view of jealousy, recognizing it as a natural emotion but not allowing it to dictate one's actions or choices. 19. Increased interest in your daily life. If a woman shows interest in the details of your daily routine, habits, and thoughts, it can indicate a desire for greater emotional and physical closeness. A Stoic would recognize the importance of balance in relationships and would not rush to fulfill desires, but would engage with the situation mindfully and rationally. 20. Direct communication. Finally, the most direct sign that a woman wants intimacy is when she communicates her desires openly and honestly. This form of communication requires a Stoic approach, being able to listen attentively, assess the situation rationally, and respond with integrity, ensuring that any decision is made with wisdom and clarity.